Hey guys, it's Alicia Rain and welcome back to my channel, Rainy Reads. This is actually me from the future. I'm refilming my intro because I was kind of debating if I wanted to have this all as one video or split up into parts. And as I was filming, I honestly thought it was all going to be able to fit into one, and then I had more footage than I was expecting. So this is the first part of a 2-part reading vlog series for my Falling for Autumn readathon. If you haven't seen the announcement video or know what that is about, I'm going to quickly explain what the readathon is so you guys understand what I'm talking about when I say I am counting certain things for specific prompts. So the Falling for Autumn readathon is a readathon that I created. It is a bingo board styled readathon. I'll put the blank bingo board here so you can see what it looks like. In the 4 corners we have coffins, and those are social media or photo prompts. Then we have 4 candy apples, which are treat yourself prompts. So in this video, if you hear me say something counts for a candy apple, that is what I'm talking about. You can buy yourself your favorite candy. You can go get your hair done, which is something that I did to count for one. You can go buy a book, literally anything like that would work for this. And then we have 4 autumn leaves, which are fall activity prompts. Again, pretty open to interpretation, nothing specific. I wanted people to appreciate fall, hence the name Falling for Autumn. So this is to motivate people to do fall activities. And I did say for people that like to be homebodies, a spooky movie night could count for this. If you like to bake fall treats, that could count, as well as going out to a pumpkin patch, going to a cider mill, if you go to a haunted house. Any of that would count for an autumn leaf prompt. I'm not going to go over all the different reading prompts and what they are in this intro, but the rules for the prompts are that you can only triple up reading prompts. So that basically means you could read anywhere from 4 to 12 books during the course of this readathon. That is it for the intro. I'm going to stop talking now and let you guys get into the actual reading vlog. I'm actually not reading on the first day of the readathon because it's my boyfriend and I's anniversary, so we're gonna be out doing things. We just finished getting ready. We're actually about to leave, but I did want to start this vlog so I can just start filming tomorrow. We have a very cozy weekend ahead of us, so I will talk to you guys more tomorrow. You guys, something crazy happened while we were out. So we decided to go to this used bookstore. We went out to eat in Ann Arbor. I'm from Michigan. We went to the Dawn Treader, I believe is the name, used bookstore. This was my first time being there. They had a whole section, which I think I did film this, of signed first editions of books. And if you're new to my channel and this is your first time seeing me, I am a massive fan of Stephen King, okay? And it is my favorite book by him. I'm obsessed with the movies. It was like my whole personality when I read it for the first time. Like, I always loved reading growing up, but I read it for the first time as a freshman in high school, and it really like revived my love for reading. And just like, long story short, it has a very big special place in my heart. So I saw that they had some edition of it in the store, and I'm freaking out to my boyfriend. I'm like, I need them to open the case and show me. And I have pictures and I will put it right here. They let me hold it, and it wasn't just a first edition of the book. It is a uncorrected page proof edition of it. From 1986. We were in that store for quite a while. I literally called my mom to try and talk me out of it, but I literally could not pass this up, so I ended up buying it. This is like the best book I have in my collection, hands down. Like, this is an insane find, and when I was looking it up online, like, I got like an insane deal on it as well. I will show you guys tomorrow. It is dark out. I do not have the best lighting right now, but I will show you guys this book. The owner wrapped it in this for me for right now. It literally says on the front, unrevised and unpublished proofs, confidential, do not quote for publication until verified with finished book. This copy is not for distribution to the public. So this is insane. And yeah, I'm just very excited and happy about that. I had to like share it and I could not wait till tomorrow. But when I'm telling you, I literally thought I was gonna pass out when I saw that and was able to hold it. I was like, I cannot pass up on this opportunity. Like, this is such a rare find. This is crazy. I will show you guys in better lighting tomorrow what this book looks like. Okay, you guys, it is the next day. As you could tell from last night, I'm assuming I'm leaving that footage in. I made a purchase yesterday, and that is absolutely going to be a candy apple. Part of me wants to have it cover all 4 because yeah, it was a purchase for sure. I need to get a protective case for this because I'm stressed already having this in my apartment, but this is what the book looks like. I am so excited about it. I definitely want to read it. Like, I can't buy this and not read it, but I have no idea how long it's gonna take me to read this because I mean, it's not in perfect condition by any means, but it's also not in like bad condition. It's just old and it has been owned previously, so there has been some like wear and tear in here, but I feel like I'm gonna have to open every page like this slow so I don't rip it or anything, because there is like a little bit of a like beginning here of a tear. And yeah, I don't know, I'm conflicted. Do I read it? Do I not read it? I want to read it really badly. I need to look online for like proper ways to store books like this. Today I am going to bake cinnamon rolls, and Grant and I both are going to make stuffed peppers. I'll put a picture here of like what we're trying to accomplish with that. I saw someone do a stuffed pepper recipe, but they carved like faces into the side, like people carve pumpkins, so I thought that'd be really cute and fitting for the fall and for autumn readathon to make it like fun and cute. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm also going to start my first book for the readathon. This is Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist by Allie K. Mulford and K.L. Morrison. This is going to cover my clown and hydra prompt. The clown prompt is to read a paranormal rom-com, and the hydra prompt is to read a book that's in dual or multiple POV. It looks like I could possibly read this in a day. It's not that long. It's around 270 pages, but the text is pretty big. So maybe we'll finish a book today. Maybe not, I don't know. But that is on the agenda. Grant and I also might start playing Stardew Valley at some point this weekend, if not today, tomorrow, so that's also exciting. I will talk to you guys after I start the book. The next day, I don't think I did any updates yesterday. I was more so just enjoying the day with my boyfriend, but everything turned out so well. I don't know what I was expecting. I haven't really made cinnamon rolls before, So I ended up just making cinnamon roll bites. They turned out really yummy, and so did the jack-o'-lantern stuffed peppers. They turned out way better than we were expecting. But outside of baking and cooking, we ended up watching Vampire Diaries last night with some popcorn. It was really comfy cozy. I also got to page 65 in Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist. In all honesty, I'm not the biggest fan of this book right now. It just reads very millennial to me. Like, there was a whole section about a character talking about the difference between demons and vampires. A character literally said demons are more like finance bro vibes and vampires are more like I want to drink your blood vibes. I don't even know, but yeah, that's how this book is going. I'm still very intrigued by the premise. I actually don't think I explained what this book is about, but basically this is dual POV. Our like main character is Jordan, and the book starts off with her summoning the ghost of her ex-girlfriend who passed away, and she wasn't very careful with how she worded things because now her ex can't go back to the other side. She's stuck there until Jordan moves on and falls in love with somebody else. And then we cut to the other like main character of this book, and that is Harlow. And Harlow is moving to Maple Hollow, which is the city that this book takes place in, and moving in with her sister. I believe the sister's name is Willow. Don't quote me on that. But moving in with her sister who owns a coffee shop, and Willow has to break the news to Harlow that there's very interesting people in this town and supernatural creatures do exist. And then we see Harlow and Jordan have a very awkward first interaction, and right where I left off is when Jordan asked Harlow out on a date. I don't really have much planned for today. It's just going to be very chill, relaxing. It is kind of like the middle of the day already. Grant and I went grocery shopping and got some groceries. We're trying to meal prep more now and really plan things out. And in full transparency, I really don't cook often. He cooks like all of the time. But this past week, I've been cooking more and getting a little more confident in the kitchen. I feel like my confidence in the kitchen lies in baking. I don't bake super often, but when I do like decide to bake, it usually goes well, and I think that's just because I used to bake all the time with both of my grandmas growing up. So we've kind of just always had a thing, like an unspoken thing of that, like he's the cook, I'm the baker. But yeah, some nights this week I made dinner, surprised him, and it actually turned out pretty good. I don't know, I just have a bunch of fun ideas now for meals. I'm wondering if that's something I'll include in a vlog moving forward, maybe a recipe that I've tried recently that I like. I'll like share it on the screen or something. Let me know if that's something that interests you guys at all. But yeah, like I was saying, nothing really planned for today. I do want to start watching The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. I never finished season 4, which is the last season. I remember liking the first and the second season the most, if I'm remembering correctly. I definitely really enjoyed the first season when it first came out. I might order a pizza as well. I'm craving Domino's. So my plan for today is to start that show and keep reading Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist, and hopefully, maybe, possibly, finish this book today. It's been a while. I don't remember what day I last updated you, and it has only taken this long because I really did not like this book. I finally finished it. I don't know what I'm rating this yet. I will put it on the screen what I end up rating it. I'll probably end up doing 1.5 or 2. I didn't hear anyone talking about it. I quite simply was just looking up paranormal rom-coms with dual POV so it could fit some of my prompts, and this came up and was recommended. The premise sounded fun and the cover was cute, but I did not like this. I'm trying to think about what I have said about this so far. I found almost every character in here to just be annoying, honestly, except the werewolf. I believe his name is Wyatt. Yeah, Wyatt the baker. I liked him. He was really sweet, but I didn't really get much of him. He was a side character. I simply just powered through and read this so I didn't have to try and find another book or multiple books to fit the prompts that I paired with this one. And the writing just was very millennial. There was a lot of just ways things were said that just made me cringe. I didn't believe the actual like romance between Harlow and Jordan. I assumed more time was going by, and then at some point they mentioned only knowing each other a week, and I was just like, oh my god, like there's no way like you're feeling like this. And yeah, I don't know, everything just seemed very surface level. They barely got to know each other and they're talking about how deep their bond is, and yeah, that's just not, no. I will definitely not continue this series. It is a series because when I added this on Goodreads, there is a second and third book in the works. I will not be continuing this. So not the best start to my readathon, but moving on, I am going to pick up All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. This is the first in a series. I believe there's either 3 or 4 books in this series. This book will be going towards my werewolf prompt, which is to read a book with a moon on the cover. If you look closely, we have a crescent moon in the background behind the character here. In terms of like what this book is about, something about our main character is having like a fight with an ex-best friend, but that girl ends up going missing, and our main character finds like a mysterious deck of tarot cards, and she's like weirdly good at giving readings. I don't know if the friend disappears before and she's using the cards to find her, or she ends up giving that friend a reading and then she disappears. One of those two things happens, I'm pretty sure. I know I could read the back of this, but I'm trying to quickly give you guys an update because I did just get home from work and my boyfriend and I are wanting to go to a cider mill before it closes. So we're gonna go do that. I'm very excited. I haven't done any fall activities yet. Grant also made soup while I was at work, so we're gonna have that for dinner. It's gonna be great. And then we're probably gonna play some Stardew Valley because we did finally end up playing Stardew Valley, and we've only did it that one time, so I didn't get very far into it. So I think we're gonna play that and obviously watch Vampire Diaries. We are officially on season 3, so that's very exciting. I will hopefully start this today. If not, I will update you guys once I get a little ways into it. It's a few days later. I did start All Our Hidden Gifts and I'm enjoying it so much more than Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist. I also got the ebook available, so I've been switching back and forth between reading the book physically and on my Kindle. Last night I read up to chapter 10, which on here it says it's about 18% of the way through the book. So basically what's going on in this book is that I'm pretty sure it takes place in Ireland. We're following our main character Maeve. She's in, oh gosh, is it called primary school? I don't understand the school systems over there, but she's in school. She's 16, so that'd be like the equivalent of her being a sophomore, I'm pretty sure. And she got in trouble at school because she threw a shoe at a teacher, and they have this very big, like, I don't know how you would describe it. It's called a chalky. I've never heard that word before. I don't know if that's like just a thing that I don't know about, but it's basically like this giant space that's filled with a bunch of old stuff that needs to get cleaned out. So one of her teachers, as her punishment for doing that, throwing a shoe at a teacher, she had to clean that out. And while she's in there, she finds this pack of tarot cards. So she decides to learn the tarot, and she's picking up very quickly, and all the readings that she's giving people are eerily accurate. And so she decides to start giving kids at school readings, and this girl comes up, her name's Fiona. She wants a reading, and then she just kind of decides to, I guess you could call them friends. They might become actual friends later in the story, but they kind of start a business, and they're calling it the Chalky Tarot Card Consultancy because she is reading people's cards like in the chalky, like that big space that I was talking about. And what else happens is that she rides the bus, and she has an ex-best friend named Lily, and they don't talk anymore. You kind of see them have glances towards each other and like give each other looks in school, but Lily has an older brother named Ro. Well, actually his name is Rory, but then later in the book he wants to be called by Ro, and I believe he's going to be a non-binary character, which is pretty interesting, and he's also seeming to look like the love interest. I just got to like the main plot of the book, which is described on the back of it, but basically Maeve is giving readings. The only person that hasn't asked for a reading in their grade is Lily, her ex-best friend, so some students kind of coerce her into coming up. Maeve is giving Lily a reading, and a card pops up that she hasn't gotten before, but she has noticed in the deck, and she kind of thought it was a Joker card per se, but it's called the Housekeeper, and she's really freaked out because she left it at home, but somehow it showed up in Lily's reading, and they kind of had an argument in front of the students, and then a few days later, Lily is missing. So yeah, that's where I left off. I'm very intrigued by this. I really like that there's a non-binary character in here, and then that's the love interest, because I don't think I've actually read any books with characters that are non-binary outside of Heartstopper. I do like the mystery of the tarot cards and why there's like an extra card in there and what exactly that entails, and I'm pretty sure that is leading into why Lily is missing, so I'm sure that'll come into play. I should definitely finish this book before September's over. I want to end this vlog at the end of September, but I have a hair appointment today. I'm getting some color done. I've never done this before. I'm going to insert a picture here of what I'm going for. I've dyed my hair a lot since I think I first dyed my hair when I was like, I could have been 13 actually, but I usually do like color, and like my whole head is a color. The only natural colors I've done are like all blonde and black. I haven't done anything like I'm doing now. I want to get like highlights, but I want it to be, I know there's probably a right term for it, like where the blonde is coming up, but it's like blonde and brown, but I want it more brown than blonde. Does that make sense? I've been going to the same girl for a little over a year now to just get my hair like cut and styled. I haven't done like a color thing with her yet, so I'm excited. She's really sweet. I'm gonna pick up coffee for us on my way in. I also am going to meet up with my gram, and her and I are going to run to Home Goods. The main goal is to get things for the cozy room. I don't think I mentioned this to you guys yet, but Grant and I like rearranged furniture. We brought the couch that was in this room that I'm filming in, our cozy room, into the living room, and it's just so much cozier in the living room. It's gonna be so much better for when we have company. Like the seating isn't awkward and weird, but now it's like really sad in the cozy room. So I have a twin mattress back at my house with my gram. At some point I'm gonna bring that over here and put it in the cozy room and have that act as a couch situation, and then we have a bed for when people stay over. So I want to get stuff for when I get my bed over here too. Also, getting my hair done is going to count as my second candy apple. I think that's everything. Just having my hair appointment later in a few hours and trying to find stuff for the apartment to decorate and just make it more homey and cozy in here. And my hairstylist did tell me that my hair could take around 2.5 hours. So I'm going to bring my Kindle, and if I have an opportunity to read, I will. I just don't want to be rude because sometimes her and I like talk a lot, so I don't want to just be like, okay, I'm gonna read now, but I'm gonna bring this with me just in case I end up doing that. If I don't, I will definitely read when I get home. It's kind of hard to tell because it's a little bit later than when I left my appointment, but I absolutely love how my hair turned out. She did such a good job, and honestly, I was a little worried. Nothing to her abilities as like a hairstylist or like color expert per se, but you guys could see how like blunt of a line I had from where it grew out and the last time I bleached it. But like the blending job is insane. Like it's so good. You guys will definitely be able to see it better tomorrow. Like I said, it's a few hours after my appointment ended, and I was just trying to rush and do something so I could spend time with family, and I literally just got home, and it's almost 8 p.m. Tomorrow I'll show you guys what I got. I got a good little haul of some things, so I'm excited to show you guys, and yeah, I'll talk to you more tomorrow. All right, it's the next day. Let me quickly show you the stuff that I bought. So first, let's do this. I went to Michael's and I got a giant photo album because I started printing off pictures and I want to just start keeping, like, I don't know if I want to do like a scrapbook style photo album, but basically this one has 420 like slots for 4x6 pictures. So there's definitely like a lot of space in here. So this is something I want to start doing. I don't know if I am going to get to it soon because I just have a lot of pictures to go through on my phone. And I don't know why, but not every CVS has like a photo pickup spot or like even like a station to do that. So I have to kind of drive like 20 minutes away from where I live to even go pick these up. So I don't know the next time I'll do that, but that is the first thing that I got. And then at Marshall's, I picked up these press-ons that I thought were really cute. They like shift from red to black. So at some point I'll put those on. I've heard really good things about Nail Reformation press-ons, and one of my friends uses their stuff a lot, so I trust that. And then some other quick little random like beauty things are these like little hair clips that I got for when I want to put my hair in rollers. It'll like help keep them up or just like section my hair. And then I'm almost out of face masks, so I got these aloe vera essence face masks. I've never heard of this brand before, but I mean, it looks promising. And honestly, the prices weren't that bad. This was $5 and you get 5 in here, so it's cheaper than like other places I get stuff. And then the things that I got from Home Goods, I got this really nice, I think you would call this like a orange, like rusty color. It's a very fall color in my opinion. And then I got this really cute blanket. It has sunflowers on it and not the same like shade of orange, a different shade, and some fall leaves. I was debating if I wanted something more like spooky, like specific to Halloween, but I figured this would make more sense because I can use it like for all of fall and it not just be up during like October. So I'm very excited with this. I think that's everything that I bought yesterday. I only have, I think, 3 or 4 days left of the month, so I'm hoping I can finish all our hidden gifts and possibly read The Mist by Stephen King. It's a very short book, so I think it's possible, but I will talk to you guys once I can give you more of an update on what I'm reading. Alright, I just read a good chunk of this. Lily is missing and we ended up having someone come forward. I think they said he was a milkman and he was out doing his deliveries. It was around 5 a.m. the day that Lily was reported missing, and he saw someone that fits her description, but she was with this older woman, and when he gives the description, it kind of resembles the woman that is on that mysterious tarot card, the housekeeper. And Maeve has started to have a lot of dreams involving the housekeeper and Lily, and she's kind of been wanting to talk to Ro about it, Lily's older brother, but doesn't want to come off sounding weird. So she doesn't really say anything, but while this is happening, Maeve and Fiona started going to this store in town, but there is this like religious group protesting outside of the store. They're not really happy with the types of clothes that they sell in the store or really anything that the store stands for. They're very anti-LGBTQ+. I think they mentioned the same group was coming against like abortion rights and things like that, and there's been rumors starting that the owner is selling drugs to underage children. But the really weird thing about this group is it's a lot of younger people around Maeve's age, like 16 to 18 maybe, and there's just been a very big spike in younger people in that area getting more into religion and joining this. This group is called the Children of Bridget, and Ro kind of has a theory that maybe they have something to do with Lily's disappearance. So because Maeve doesn't really want to bring up the dreams and the tarot again, just because it's caused like a whole thing in this investigation, people are bullying Maeve now at school, calling her a witch and all these horrible things. So she doesn't say anything about that and decides to go with Ro and try to basically infiltrate one of this group's meetings and see if they can find anything that could correlate to Lily's disappearance. So that's where I left off. That is definitely adding a different element to the story that I think is very interesting. Nothing else has really happened yet, so I will keep you guys posted. I may or may not wait until I finish this book. It just kind of depends if there's anything I can bring up without giving spoilers. I still have quite a bit of the day left, so I'm hoping to get through a lot of this. We ended up getting a water main break in my city, so we cannot use our water. We're under like a water boiling advisory. So we, as in Grant and I, are going to have to run to his parents' house tomorrow to do laundry and shower and stuff like that because we just can't do it here, and I don't know how long that's gonna last. So they're saying Wednesday, which is kind of crazy because today's Saturday and that's a long time. So I'm just gonna bring my book with me and hopefully we can finish this tomorrow and I can squeeze in The Mist by Stephen King before the end of this month. I finished All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue today. As you could see, we went over to Grant's house. Like I mentioned yesterday, we have a water main break. His parents were actually out of town, but we got to visit with his sister a little bit and play Mario Kart, which was fun. And then when we came home, I read a bunch. So let's talk about it. If I'm remembering correctly, I did mention that like group that's kind of cult-like and is really pushing against like women's rights and not being okay with like queer youth and just people in general. This book got way more political towards the end, which is completely okay because these things need to be talked about. One of our other characters in this book, Fiona, I believe I mentioned her before. She is a friend of Maeve's, our main character. She is half Irish and half Filipino, and we hear her mention experiences she's had with racism. We also have a moment with Ro being targeted by this group, as well as Maeve's sister, I believe her name is Jo, while she was out with her girlfriend. Even though it's not really supposed to be a political book, I do like that certain topics are brought up and how important it is to speak up when you do see someone experiencing something, because just standing by and watching things happen to people and not really doing anything about it or trying to use your voice is also part of the problem. So I do like that that message is in here. I like the magic, obviously, the mystery behind the tarot cards, seeing Maeve just be able to find something that really speaks to her, makes her feel more like herself, her growing in just like confidence and in her power. Did I feel like the ending was rushed a little bit? Yeah, I did. I honestly didn't think that the mystery of Lily missing and everything that comes with that was going to be resolved by the end of this book, but it ended up getting resolved. So I'm intrigued to see what the other books are about. The way that the book ends, you definitely know what a like plot point is going to be. I think it's 3 or 4 books this series is, so I want to see how that evolves. I'm intrigued to see how the characters continue to develop and what happens with them. I really like the friendship in here. I like the relationship in here. I think I'm going to give this book a 3-star rating. It was a good first book in a series. So moving forward, I know I've been saying I'm going to read The Mist by Stephen King, but still in the back of my mind, I was debating which book I wanted to pick up next. Because it was taking me so long to read my first 2 books, I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe I should just make this one video, but as I'm importing all my footage, I have a lot of footage to go through. So I am going to still split this vlog up. I'm going to read The Mist still before this video ends, and then the other 3 books that I plan on reading will be in the second part. This originally was only going to have 1 prompt paired with it. However, I have a book that I wanted to read for my siren prompt, which is to listen to an audiobook in its entirety. The book that I wanted to read for that, I'm still on hold on Libby, and it says I have a 21-week wait. I don't have 21 weeks. So I'm going to remove that prompt from that book and put it with this one. And speaking of things being on hold still, fun fact, I also tried to put this on hold on Libby and it's still saying that I have 2 weeks. So I had to look this up on YouTube. Thank God there's an audiobook because I really don't know what other book I would pair it with, because the other 2 books I'm reading in the next vlog already have 3 prompts attached to them. And if you watched my announcement video, you know that you can only pair 3 reading prompts to 1 book. So I would have had to try and pick up another book. So thankfully I have it right here. It's about 5 hours long, but it's definitely doable and possible. So for this book, I'm going to be using my siren prompt, which again, listen to an audiobook in its entirety. And the other prompt that I'm pairing with this is my fairy prompt, which is to read a book that's under 250 pages. This book is only 165 pages, so that definitely fits. I'm going to start this tonight. I'm not saying I will finish it tonight, but I'm very excited. I honestly don't know much about this. All I know is that this is a short novella and it's about a town where a mysterious mist comes over the town and the people in that town start seeing and hearing some crazy things. And that's all I know. I will probably just wait until I'm finished and give you guys an update since it is so short. I may or may not talk to you halfway through. If not, I will talk to you when it's finished. It's the next day and I just finished The Mist. The audiobook was pretty good that I found on YouTube. I read and listened about 60% of it yesterday, and then I listened to the rest when I got home. I was trying to listen to it while I was at work and I just couldn't really focus as much as I wanted. But like I just said, I just finished and honestly I really liked this one. I don't really read novellas or short stories ever. I don't know what I was expecting with this. I didn't think in such a short amount of time I was going to really care about the characters. Basically what happens in this book, we're following David and he's at his home with his wife and little boy Billy, and a big crazy storm rolls in, and the next day there's a very thick mist, and David notes that it's very odd and it's unsettling him because the mist has a very straight line to it. It doesn't look natural. Because when you see mist, it creeps out. It's not really just a blunt cut off, and it's just slowly getting closer and closer and making its way through the town. David and his son Billy and their neighbor, I already forgot his name. I think it's Norton or Norm, one of the two. There's a Norton and a Norm. I don't remember which one it is, but they decide to go to the grocery store to try and get some things. And while they're there, there's sirens going off outside. And then all of a sudden the sirens are just completely cut out. There's people screaming out there and people are yelling about something being in the mist. And now David, his son, and their neighbor are all stuck with a bunch of other people in the supermarket with the power out. And the mist has now closed in around the entire supermarket, and you're just seeing the chaos really that unfolds. And I don't really want to say anything other than that because like I said, I had no idea what to expect. I will say the cover for the audiobook kind of gave a little bit away, but the things inside the mist, I will say things because that's not really a spoiler. The things inside the mist were very creepy. I feel like the writing was done very well. I was very uncomfortable. Honestly, I had to go to the store on my way home and I did not even want to be in the grocery store because I was thinking about this book. That's how unsettled I was. I didn't even want to be in or near a grocery store. This is the kind of book that doesn't have a full ending or conclusion. It's kind of open to interpretation, and if you read this book or have read it, you know what I'm talking about. And for what it is, I definitely think it's a good read. Like I mentioned before, it's only 165 pages. I would have loved more of this, honestly, because I feel like I don't know, there was just so much build up, and we definitely got like a good chunk for it being a short story, but I wanted more. And I haven't seen the movie, at least I think it's a movie. I don't think it's a show. So I'm intrigued to see if they like do more with it or if they just stick really close to like the original material. But yeah, I'm gonna settle with a 4-star rating. And that's it for this reading vlog. Just to do a quick recap of my final ratings for these books. The Mist by Stephen King, I'm giving 4 stars. Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist by Adley K. Mulford and K.L. Morrison, I am giving this 1.5 stars. And then I'm giving All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue 3 stars. So we progressively got better over the course of this video. It was a little rough in the beginning with Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist. And I know I mentioned it already, but I will be reading 3 more books for this readathon that will be in its own separate video. And before I let you guys go, this is what my bingo board is looking like so far. It looks like I'm about halfway done. So it looks like I'm on track to finish in time by October 26th. And I definitely feel like audiobooks are going to be my best friend in part 2. I just severely underestimated how tired I was going to be after work and having to read so much. And all of the books I want to read in part 2 are way bigger than these ones. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try and find some audiobooks. That's going to be it for this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it and are doing well whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.